Again here, Ngizwe Mchunu has handed himself over to the police after being found guilty of contempt of court for violating previous court orders that barred him from repeating certain allegations and insults directed at EFF leader Julius.
Ngizwe Mchunu, Jacinta, much and much, all of these people, like, they don't really like Julius Malema because Julius Malema stands for all immigrants, whether illegal or legal, as long as they're African. He's saying that there's no illegal immigrant in South Africa. So they're like starkly opposite to him, like they're directly against him. But there is no point to this because at the end, Ngizwe Mchunu will just end up in jail, like just for talking. I mean.
So as you can see behind me, massive protest action taking on the streets of Guatemala on Johannesburg's East Rand, heading all the way to Springs. Now, yes.
Guys, latest updates. The popular March on March leader, Ngizwe Mchunu, has been arrested. Yes, he has finally turned himself to the police to be sentenced to 1 year in prison. You guys know he has been having this back and forth with foreigners in the country, a lot of harassing. They have been harassing foreigners, going door to door, asking them to leave the country, asking them of their passports, asking them of their papers, of which it is not their civic duty as citizens to do that. We have the immigrations in South Africa to do those jobs. So right now, he has been sentenced. The last time he was arrested, he said he was taken to court. According to him, he said he could not provide a lawyer. He was unable to provide a lawyer because he said he is not working and he doesn't have the money for the lawyer. And who took him to court? Julius Malema took him to court. The reason being that you all know that Julius Malema has been supportive of the foreigners in South Africa. He has been supporting Ghanaians, Nigerians, Zimbabweans, Mozambicans, Kenyans residing in South Africa. According to him, he said nobody in South Africa has a right to ask people questions. So for that reason, Ngizwe has been going about putting defamatory words to Julius Malema, accusing Julius Malema of collecting bribe from Nigerians and Ghanaians to support them, for them to stay back in South Africa. And you all know that Ngizwe and Jacinta and crew have their motive is to send out foreigners out of their country. But this time around, Julius Malema said, I'm not going to take this from you. You are accusing me wrongly. For that reason, in fact, it took Nzigwe to court. And still yet, Nzigwe was still making comments about Julius Malema. Right now, he's going to serve, I think, 6 months to 1 year in prison. So the March on March protest is not going to be on ground to witness that 30th of June, if possible, if there's going to be any 30th of June protest. So I'm going to be running you through some videos for you guys to watch. Please, as you're watching, do so well to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Let's take a look at the videos. I'll be right back.
Again here, Ngizwe Mchunu has handed himself over to the police after being found guilty of contempt of court for violating previous court orders that barred him from repeating certain allegations and insults directed at EFF leader Julius Malema. Among others, Mchunu accused Malema of protecting undocumented migrants. Let's get more details on this particular story as to what is exactly going on here. We speak to his lawyer, Olani Zuma. Good evening to you, Mr. Zuma, and thank you so much for your time. So he has handed himself over, is that correct?
Over. What transpired last week is that the court handed down an order which appears in what has been circulated in social media, in particularly paragraph 5 and 6, which directs Mr. Mchunu to apologize to the court, and he must do so on social media and then circulate that in all the other media platforms. That is what Mr. Mchunu did in the afternoon or on Friday evening, which was then to comply with the court order. In that very same court order, the court had indicated that if Mr. Mchunu does not apologize, then the 10 days in prison will then become effective immediately. But if Mr. Mchunu does apologize to the satisfaction of the court, then the 10 days in prison will then be suspended for a period of 6 months, provided Mr. Mchunu does not repeat the statements that he has been found to have, defamed Mr. Malema, when he issued those statements, which in fact have now been confirmed that have elements of being defamatory against Mr. Malema.
What is the second application now? Because there is yet another motion of a matter that is to be heard on the 17th of June at around 10 o'clock that also speaks about the fact that the leader of the EFF is looking at finding Mr. Mchunu guilty of contempt and calling for a sentence of imprisonment to around 6 months and without an option of a fine.
Yeah, look, we are consulting with our client tomorrow morning at 8:30 to indeed take firm instructions on that very same application. But you're correct. The application will be before the court on the 17th of June. What Mr. Malema is seeking in that application is that he believes that Mr. Mchunu has not substantively complied with the court order of the 5th. And therefore, he's asking the court to then sentence him to 6 months in prison without an option of a fine. Of course, we do not intend to ventilate and or litigate in the media. But of course, our client does have a prima facie view on that issue, whether this is indeed a new cause of action or whether this would not amount to an abuse of court process, when in fact we have not at this stage heard from the court whether the apology from Mr. Malema is, Mr. Mchunu is.
So, as you can see behind me, massive protest action taking on the streets of Guatemala on Johannesburg's East Rand, heading all the way to Springs. Now, yesterday, President Cyril Ramaphosa gave an address to the nation where he outlined that the country is doing all it can to deal with illegal immigration and make sure that the right processes are followed. But all those people behind me don't believe that the president or the presidency is doing enough. They're still calling for the immediate deportation of all undocumented persons from the Republic of South Africa. Now, they're reiterating that on the 30th of June, they will be protesting yet again. But this time, they say that each and every single foreign national who is undocumented should return to their home country immediately on the day. I'll continue to give you rolling coverage of the situation as it unfolds. The protest action has now reached the Springs CBD and the group has more than doubled in size. As you can see, many more have joined in, calling for the immediate removal and deportation of undocumented foreign nationals.
The beef between Julius Malema and Ngizwe Mchunu will never end because Ngizwe Mchunu refuses to stop talking about Julius Malema. I mean, right now, Julius Malema has filed more papers to get Ngizwe Mchunu arrested. This time, he doesn't even want him to serve 10 days in jail. He doesn't even want him to apologize or cough up a fine. He just wants him to stay in jail for 6 months. So Julius Malema has filed an urgent contempt of court application in the High Court of Tshwane against Ngizwe Mchunu. The application seeks an order declaring Mchunu guilty of contempt of court and sentencing him to 6 months imprisonment without an option of a fine. Mchunu intentionally and unlawfully continued making defamatory statements about Julius Malema in defiance of the court order granted on the 5th of June 2026 and internally and unlawfully refused to comply with and respect that order. The matter has been scheduled to be heard on the 17th of June 2026. I don't get why Ngizwe Mchunu continues to talk about Julius Malema. Maybe someone can explain, because to me it doesn't make sense. Does he really want that attention? Does he want the clout? Because there's no real benefit to this. Yes, we know Ngizwe Mchunu, Jacinta, much and much, all of these people, like, they don't really like Julius Malema because Julius Malema stands for all immigrants, whether illegal or legal, as long as they're African. He's saying that there's no illegal immigrant in South Africa. So they're like slightly opposite to him, like they're directly against him. But there is no point to this because at the end, Ngizwe Mchunu will just end up in jail, like just for talking. I mean, come on, man.
So guys, that is the latest update that is currently happening in South Africa. In fact, some of the youths are on the street protesting again for the release of Nzigwe. They want Nzigwe to be released from the prison because they don't want him to go to prison. They want him to be present on the 30th of June to fight this fight to the end. According to them, they said they want to chase all foreigners away because their former agenda was to chase illegal immigrants. But right now, it is all foreigners should leave South Africa. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and please subscribe to the channel.